Be prepared, because what happened under the black moon wasn't a single night spectacle that ended when the sky turned dark. No, the black moon began something inside of you, and what started there is still unfolding, even as you sit here now. Most people look at celestial events as fleeting shows. A solar eclipse, a blood moon, a meteor shower they assume is just something to glance at, make a wish, take a picture of, and move on. The black moon is different. That's the trap many fall into, believing it was only one night, that life immediately snaps back to normal. But for those who are sensitive, who are tuned into the deeper layers of reality, you already know the truth. The black moon didn't end. It shifted something, and that shift is now echoing through your body, your breath, your very sense of self. This isn't about staring at the sky anymore. It's about what's happening inside your body. The portal the black moon opened is still active. The aftershocks are only beginning to land. You might think it passed you by, that nothing strange happened, that you went to bed and woke up the same. But if you've noticed even the smallest change since last night, your energy, your rhythm, even your thoughts, then you're already inside it. And here's the wild part. The real impact isn't out there in the cosmos. It's about to show up in you. Because what comes next is when your own body stops feeling like your own. Welcome to the unfamiliar body, the new you that the black moon is pulling into being. As long as the portal stays open, your system won't behave the way you expect. You're not walking the same reality as everyone else anymore. You're moving through a rewritten field where the rules you lived by yesterday don't apply. Your reality is being restructured from the inside out. And while most people around you won't notice anything at all, because you're tuned and will feel it directly. That's why it's so crucial for you to understand what's unfolding. Because if you don't, these creeping sensations could confuse you, even scare you. When the black moon reaches into the body, nothing feels the same. And once it starts to land, you begin questioning what's really happening to you in this exact moment. Take sneezing, for example. Out of nowhere, you may have found yourself sneezing again and again. No cold, no allergies, no dust in the air. Just these sudden fits that seem to appear from nowhere. You might brush it off, laugh at it, or find it annoying. But it's not random. The black moon pushes your system to eject what no longer belongs. It's like a force purge. Sneezing becomes your body's way of releasing trapped energy that refuses to linger a second longer. Think of it as your body exhaling what your mind could never process. Not physical particles, but energetic ones. The pressure inside you finally found its escape route. And once it starts, it rarely happens just once. The sneezing comes in waves, because the body won't rest until every last trace of stagnant energy is gone. Your body knows what to release even when your conscious mind doesn't. Each sneeze is a reset, a purge, a clearing of the old. And that's only the beginning. Another aftershock. Your sense of timing gets scrambled. Suddenly, you're starving at times when you usually aren't. You're wide awake when you'd normally be asleep. You might even notice your bathroom schedule feels off. Unpredictable. Like your body decided to run on a completely different rhythm. This isn't coincidence. The black moon doesn't just shift the night sky, it shifts your inner sky. It scrambles your internal clock, scattering the order you live by every day into something that feels like chaos. That's why you're waking up at odd hours. Why your stomach growls in the middle of the night. Why you're drowsy at noon, but wired at midnight. For those who depend on routines, this can feel deeply unsettling. But here's the hidden message. It's designed to shake you awake, to force you off autopilot. The black moon is showing you that you're in the middle of something unusual, something that doesn't obey your calendar or your clock. Time bends under the black moon, and your body bends with it. And the more disoriented you feel, the clearer the truth becomes. This isn't just another day. This is a disruption. A reminder that reality is not fixed, that your body can slip out of sync with the world around you when the cosmic tides demand it. Even your posture shifts. Have you noticed it? Suddenly, you catch yourself standing taller, shoulders pulled back, as though you're opening to something unseen. Or maybe the opposite, you feel a strange heaviness pressing down, making you slouch as if your body is folding inward. This isn't random. The black moon recalibrates the body. Massive energetic shifts like this always trigger physical responses, adjustments in how your body holds you upright. It's subtle, but if you pay attention, you'll see the signs. You might feel the urge to stretch constantly, as though your spine is too compressed to handle the shift unless you extend it. You may notice you're sitting differently, tilting your head, adjusting your legs, all without realizing it. These aren't fidgets, they're your body instinctively rebalancing after being shaken by invisible forces. Your posture tells the story of your inner balance. The black moon stirred the balance, and now your body is writing its script, finding a new way to hold you in this post-lunar reality. So if you feel taller, heavier, looser, or tighter than usual, know this, it's not a mistake. It's the physical language of adjustment. And then, when you fall asleep, the black moon doesn't stop. In fact, that's when it gets most intense. Last night, many of you didn't just dream. You experienced dreams that felt hyper-real, so vivid that waking up left you questioning whether they happened at all. And here's the strange part. Your body carries those dreams into the morning, like baggage you never packed. You wake up heavy, as though the weight of the dream world is still pressing down on your chest. Or stiff, as though your body spent the night fighting something you don't even remember. Some call it a dream hangover. The dragging, foggy sensation where your body feels like it hasn't fully returned from the other side. That's the black moon blurring the line between sleeping and waking, pulling the subconscious directly into the physical. When the veil thins on nights like these, the barrier between dream imagery and bodily sensation weakens. And what happens in the dream leaks into your muscles, your breath, your morning. That's why you wake with sore jaws, tense shoulders, or the eerie sense you're still not fully awake. Some dreams don't stay in your head. They follow you into your body. Have you noticed it yet? The little zaps that come out of nowhere. That sudden crack when your fingers brush a doorknob. The spark when fabric clings to your skin. Or the eerie way your hair seems to rise and float, like the air itself has turned alive. Since the black moon passed, these shocks of static have been appearing more often. And they're not accidents. They're not just the dry air or the season. They are the breadcrumbs of something stranger. The black moon didn't fade quietly after its peak. It left behind a residue, a field of static that lingers both in the atmosphere and inside you. And this isn't ordinary static electricity. It feels sharper, more personal, as if your entire system has been charged by a force you can see but absolutely can feel. Energy never leaves without making noise. It crackles on its way out. And that's exactly what these shocks are, the aftershocks of lunar intensity moving through your body. Some of you might even notice your electronics acting strangely when you're nearby. Lights flickering for no reason, your phone glitching in your hands, or a faint hum you can't quite explain, filling the silence. Others feel it directly in the body, the sting of a static pop louder than it should be, or the buzzing sensation under your skin, like you've become a walking current. And doesn't it make sense? Your body is electrical. Your brain fires with tiny sparks. Your heart beats in pulses of energy. When the black moon sweeps across the sky, it doesn't just stir your emotions. It charges your system like a battery. That's why your touch feels like voltage. That's why your hair lifts as if trying to speak. That's why the air around you feels alive. And here's where it gets even more mysterious. For some, these shocks don't feel random. They feel like signals, tiny reminders that you may not separate from the sky, that you may plug directly into what just happened. Think of it like this. You're not just walking through air. You're walking through the residue of a cosmic event. Your body has become the antenna. Static is the body's way of saying the atmosphere hasn't settled yet. So if sparks are flying from your fingertips, if your skin feels charged, don't dismiss it. The black moon touched you, and it's not done yet. But it doesn't stop with electricity. The black moon can change how you see, too. Maybe you've already noticed faint shadows that linger even after you've looked away. Flashes of light that drift across your vision when nothing's there. Or when you close your eyes. Instead of darkness, you see glimmers, shifting shapes, outlines burned into your sight. This isn't imagination. It's residue. Light doesn't vanish. It leaves traces. And under the black moon's influence, Those traces hang around longer than usual. Think of your optic nerve as a messenger between your eyes and brain. The black moon overstimulated the pathway. Normally, the messages of light disappear quickly. But now, they echo. They insist on being seen twice. You glance at a lamp, and minutes later, you still see its glow. You catch a shimmer in the corner of your eye, only to turn your head and find nothing there. Some even see lights in complete darkness flickers behind closed eyelids. Like the inner world is still lit by what just passed overhead. And this makes sense. The black moon doesn't radiate like a full moon it pulls. It deepens the absence. It intensifies silence and shadow. That kind of energy doesn't vanish when the night ends. It imprints itself on the body's most sensitive systems: your sight, your nerves, your perception. That's why vision feels layered now. You're not only seeing what's here, you're seeing the residue of what was. This won't last forever. Your eyes will recalibrate. The echoes will fade. But while it's here, it's proof. Proof that you've been marked by the black moon in ways you can't ignore. And vision isn't the only thing. The black moon leaves its fingerprints on your skin, too. Have you felt it? That sudden chill rolling down your body when the air around you is perfectly still. You're comfortable, warm, steady, and then out of nowhere, a shiver cuts through you. Goosebumps rise. A cold line traces your spine, as though an invisible hand brushed across your skin. This is what I call the lunar chill. The body's response to the moon's lingering field. Energy doesn't pass without leaving impressions. And after intense lunar events, chills like these become common. It's not sickness. It's not imagination. It's alignment. Notice where it happens most often. The spine. That's no coincidence. The spine is the body's central channel, the lightning rod of the nervous system. When the black moon presses its field against the body, the spine feels it first. That's why the chill seems to travel downward, following the exact design of your inner wiring. Sometimes it appears elsewhere: a sudden cold spot on the arm, a draft across your shoulder, a pocket of cool air that no one else feels. These aren't empty absences of heat. They're the presence of something unnamed. And it usually happens in quiet moments. Sitting still, lying down, even while talking, if your mind drifts. That's when the lunar chill arrives. Almost as if the black moon waits until you're still enough to notice. And here's what makes it fascinating. It's not really about cold. It's your nervous system recalibrating. The black moon overloaded the environment. Now your body is letting the excess energy bleed out. Sometimes it's a quick shiver. Sometimes it lingers, like a phantom draft that doesn't exist anywhere but your skin. When you feel it, remember this. You're not being haunted. You're being reminded. You're still in the black moon's field. The portal hasn't closed. And if chills weren't enough, another effect has been showing up in waves. Yawning. Yes, yawning. The simplest, most ordinary act your body can do. And yet, under the black moon's residue, it becomes extraordinary. You may have noticed it already, yawning over and over when you're not even tired. Sometimes 10, 20, even 30 times in a row, as if your body just can't stop. At first, it feels ridiculous. But yawning is not laziness. It's purification. After the black moon's intensity, the surges, the shocks, the chills, your system needs a reset. It needs to purge the excess, clear the fog, flush the buildup. And yawning is one of the fastest tools it has. Each yawn is like a mini exorcism. A deep inhale drags in oxygen, stretches your face, opens your jaw. The exhale doesn't just release air, it drags tension and residue out with it. In spiritual traditions, yawning has long been seen as a sign of energetic clearing. And that's exactly what's happening here. Your nervous system is pressing the reset button, using yawns to dump what it couldn't release during the black moon's peak. It doesn't just happen in isolation, either. Have you noticed yawns spreading through groups? Almost contagious? Under the black moon's lingering field, people's bodies may sink to the same clearing wave. One person yawns, and suddenly, the entire room is purging together. So if you find yourself yawning non-stop, don't judge it, recognize it. You're not tired, you're detoxing. Each yawn is your body dragging out what no longer belongs. It's subtle, yes, but it's powerful. It happens quietly. You're sitting still, doing nothing unusual, scrolling your screen, listening to someone talk, waiting for food to arrive. And then, without warning, something feels off. It's not dizziness, not in the usual sense. It's not lightheadedness either. It's stranger. Your head suddenly feels as if it's floating a few inches above your body, like your skull is there, but it's not quite attached. You blink, adjust your posture, maybe take a breath, but the sensation lingers. Your feet feel heavy, planted to the floor, yet your head drifts like a balloon tethered by the thinnest string. It's unsettling, but it's not panic, it's misalignment, a disruption in the link between your body and your sense of self. This floating sensation isn't random. It's the black moon working deeper. The black moon doesn't always come crashing in with violent force. Sometimes it unhooks subtle threads you never realize held you together. That delicate thread between where I am and what I am loosens, and suddenly the balance you've always trusted feels questionable. People describe it in many ways. A soft wave rolling behind the eyes, a buzzing at the crown of the head, a sudden blank, as though awareness has slipped just an inch outside of the body. You're here, but you're not fully fused. You're present, but not completely anchored. What's happening is recalibration. Your equilibrium managed by your inner ear and nervous system is rethinking itself. It's negotiating new terms under the influence of the black moon's lingering charge. Think of it like gravity being rewritten inside your system. Not enough to knock you over, but enough to make you second-guess whether you're fully present in your own skin. And notice the timing. This floating head sensation doesn't strike when you're distracted or in motion. It arrives in stillness, when you're quiet enough for your body to admit what it's truly experiencing. Sometimes it comes with a soft ringing in the ears that fades before you can focus on it, or a pressure behind the eyes, or a strange echo in your own voice, as if it's bouncing back from somewhere else. These aren't glitches, they're signals, signs that your system is adjusting to a new internal gravity field. The black moon pressed against your balance, and now your body is renegotiating how to exist in this altered space. And as odd as it feels, there's beauty in it, because in that floating moment, you realize just how fragile the agreements are between body and mind. Gravity, direction, presence, they're not fixed. They're silent contracts your body makes with reality. And when the black moon rewrites those contracts, you feel it. You feel the loosening, the tether stretching, the brief suspension that leaves you questioning where you truly are. But don't be afraid. This isn't collapse. It's not breakdown. It's recalibration. And when your system finds its footing again, you'll drop back into yourself a little more aligned, a little more aware of just how mystical your balance really is. Because balance isn't just muscle and bone. It's cosmic, and you're feeling it in your very center. Most people miss this entirely. They looked up at the night sky, saw a patch of darkness where the moon should have been, and shrugged it off. To them, it was just a moonless sky, a passing shadow. No weight, no consequence. But you felt it, maybe not all at once, maybe not with flashing neon signs, but somewhere between last night and today. Your body whispered, this was not ordinary, because the black moon didn't just cross the sky. It entered you quietly, threaded itself through your nerves, wrapped around your breath, buried itself deep into the mechanics of how you function. That's why you don't just feel off. You feel rewritten. It shows up in the smallest ways. A twitch in the hand that comes from nowhere. A sudden clench in your jaw. A breath that catches for no reason. Eyes that flicker as if something just moved past you. It's subtle, but it has enough to remind you. You're not walking through the world the same way you were before. The black moon's power wasn't in what it showed you. It was in what it hid, in the structures it quietly reshaped while you slept. That's why you wake up craving things you don't normally crave. That's why your body drags when it shouldn't. That's why your muscles, your skin, your very breath feel like they're operating under a new script. You're not imagining it. You're mid-rewrite. And no, this rewrite won't be visible in a horoscope. It won't be mapped in star charts. It's happening in your body, in your tissue, your nerves, your pulse. You'll notice it when your body jerks, when your breath shortens, When you slouch without knowing why. When something familiar suddenly feels foreign. That's the proof. The black moon didn't leave you. It integrated into you. The integration shows itself in layers. Some of them subtle. Some of them strange. Some of them almost mystical. For example, have you noticed how your breath feels different lately? One moment it's light, shallow, hard to catch. The next, it drops deep, almost too heavy, as though your lungs are trying to anchor you. Breath becomes unpredictable under the black moon, because breath is your body's most direct bridge between the physical and the energetic. The black moon presses against the bridge. It tests it. It pushes breath to shorten when energy overloads, and then to lengthen when release is needed. You may even notice sighs coming more often, as if your system is sneaking in relief where it can. Every sigh is a coded message. I'm letting go. I'm stabilizing. Even your heartbeat might echo the same shifts. A flutter here, a skip there, followed by stretches of unusual calm. These aren't mistakes. They're recalibrations. Your body is sensing with a rhythm the world around you can't hear. And when you catch yourself pausing to notice it, when you feel that sudden awareness of your chest rising and falling, your heart pulsing, you're witnessing your system respond to something bigger than itself. The black moon doesn't just change your dreams or your posture. It alters your vital rhythms, the mechanics that keep you alive. And when you notice them, it's not because they're failing, it's because they're adapting. So if you're feeling strange, if your body doesn't feel like it belongs to you, remember this. You're not broken. You're not malfunctioning. You're in the middle of a rewrite. The black moon's work isn't over. It's still humming through your system, still bending your rhythms, still tugging at your balance. And as unnerving as it feels, it's also extraordinary. Because for the first time, you're not just watching the cosmos, you're carrying it. You're living proof that the sky can write itself into human form. You're not just experiencing the black moon. You are the black moon now. When the black moon touches you, it doesn't ask for permission. It writes itself directly into your body, leaving signs you can't always explain. Some of those signs are subtle. Others are undeniable. You may have already noticed the sudden drop in temperature, not in the room, not in the world around you, but right on your skin. You're sitting in comfort, the air is still, and then a chill runs through you like you just stepped into ice. Some describe it as goosebumps with no reason. Others as a line of cold pressing down the spine, like an invisible hand tracing them. This is the lunar chill, the body's way of responding to energy that hasn't yet cleared. Energy doesn't just pass through. It leaves fingerprints, and the black moon leaves plenty. Most people dismiss it as their imagination, but once you felt it, you know better. These chills don't feel random. They appear like whispers, arriving at the quietest moments when you're lying still, drifting in thought, or alone in silence. And the place you feel them most often, the spine, isn't coincidence. That's your central channel, the vertical axis that links your mind, your breath, your nervous system, your movements. The spine is your lightning rod, and when the black moon presses into the body, that's where the shiver lands first. But it's not just the spine. Some report cold spots at the shoulders, the arms, the hands. Pockets of air that feel icy when nothing in the room has changed. These aren't voids. They're present sensations created when your nervous system meets an invisible field. And here's what makes it fascinating. The chills aren't sickness. They're alignment. They're the body's way of recalibrating after being overloaded. Sometimes they're fleeting, gone in seconds. Other times they linger like a phantom draft. Either way, they're reminders. The portal hasn't closed. You're still inside the black moon's reach. Then there's yawning. The simplest act your body knows, so ordinary you hardly notice it. But under the black moon, yawning becomes extraordinary. Maybe you felt it. Yawning over and over again, 20 times in a row, with no sleepiness, no fatigue. Almost like your body can't stop dragging air in and forcing it out. It's not boredom. It's not laziness. It's purification. Yawning is one of the body's fastest tools for release. A long inhale stretches your face, your jaw, your throat. The exhale isn't just air, it drags tension out with it, scrubbing your nervous system clean. After the black moon's intensity, the surges, the shocks, the chills, your body dips into purge mode. And yawning is one of its reset buttons. Some spiritual traditions even point to yawning as a sign of energetic clearing. And this moment fits perfectly. Each yawn is like a small exorcism, pulling residue from the body and leaving you just a little lighter. Have you noticed how contagious it becomes? You yawn, and suddenly others around you follow. That's not coincidence. It's resonance. Under the black moon's lingering charge, multiple bodies can respond to the same field at once, releasing in waves. So the next time you find yourself yawning nonstop, don't roll your eyes at it. Recognize it. You're not tired, you're resetting. But perhaps the strangest effect of all is the floating head. You're sitting still, minding your business, and suddenly your head feels detached, like it's hovering just above your shoulders. Not dizzy, not faint, just separate. Your body feels heavy, anchored, yet your head drifts like it's tied by an invisible string. What's happening here is equilibrium being rewritten. The black moon shook the silent agreements that keep you balanced: gravity, orientation. Presence, all of it feels just slightly out of sync. And because these sensations arrive in stillness, they catch you off guard. A faint buzzing at the crown of the head, a wave behind the eyes, a pressure in the ears, a moment where your voice feels like it's echoing back to you. These aren't malfunctions, they're recalibrations. Your system is rethinking how to hold itself under a new energetic climate. It's unsettling, yes, but it's also a glimpse into how fragile the boundary is between mind and body. You're learning, through sensation, that balance isn't mechanical, it's cosmic. And when the black moon pulls the thread, you feel it. The beauty of these strange aftershock sneezing, chills, yawns, floating sensations is that they reveal how deeply the black moon integrates. This was never just a visual event in the sky. It was a silent rewrite of your inner systems. While you slept, while you dreamed, while you thought life was returning to normal, the black moon was rearranging things you rarely think about: your balance, your breath, your nerves, your rhythms. That's why today you feel different. Not broken, not sick, different. And the deeper truth is this: the black moon didn't pass. It entered your system through your skin, your senses, your spine. And once inside, it began weaving itself into how you move, how you sleep, how you breathe. Most people won't notice. They'll shrug off their yawns. They'll laugh at their sneezes. They'll ignore their shivers. But you, because you're awake to it, know these are messages. You know, your body is speaking the language of recalibration. And if you felt foggy, heavy, ungrounded, don't mistake it for weakness. It's transition. Your body is adapting to a frequency shift it never asked for, but can't resist. That's why you're sighing more. That's why you wake at odd times. That's why familiar things suddenly feel foreign. You're not failing, you're integrating. The black moon wasn't designed to light up the sky. It was designed to rewrite you in silence. And now, its signature is inside you, etched into muscle memory, carved into your nerves, echoing in your breath. You may not see it in the mirror. You may not explain it in words, but you feel it. The sneezes, the yawns, the shivers, the floating, the subtle rewrites no one else can sense. That's how you know you are carrying the black moon now. Most people think the black moon came and went. They saw the sky swallowed in darkness, shrugged, and went back to their lives. For them, it was just a night without light, a strange sky, a shadowed moment, nothing more. But you know different. You felt the tremors in your rhythm. You sensed the shift in your breath. You noticed the whispers in your body. And that's the difference. Because the black moon didn't simply cross the heavens. It entered you. It threaded itself through your nerves. It hid inside your balance. It marked your breath, your spine, your vision. It worked not in spectacle, but in silence. While the world ignored it, it rewrote you. That's why today it doesn't feel ordinary. That's why your body doesn't feel like it belongs entirely to you anymore. You're not broken. You're not sick. You're mid-transformation. Look closer at the signals. Your hand twitches for no reason. Your jaw clenches suddenly. Your breath catches mid-sentence. Your eyes flicker, chasing shadows that aren't there. These aren't mistakes. They're signatures. They're proof that the black moon integrated into you not as a metaphor, not as poetry, but as physical reality. The sneezes were release, the chills were recalibration, the yawns were purges. The floating head was equilibrium loosening, the static shocks, the dream hangovers, the vision echoes. Each was a message. Together, they weave a truth most people miss. The black moon didn't leave, it stayed. It's humming in your system, reprogramming the mechanics you never think about until they falter. And maybe that's the strangest part. The power wasn't in what the black moon showed you. It was in what it concealed. It didn't announce itself with glowing skies. It worked in silence, hiding in the absence of light, reshaping the structures of your body without asking. That's why you woke up foggy. That's why you've been restless. That's why even familiar sensations feel foreign now. Because the black moon wasn't about energy rising. It was about systems resetting, not metaphors, not symbolic language, real, tangible systems. Your breath, your nerves, your posture, your rhythms. You won't see it charted in astrology books. You'll feel it in your jaw clenching, in your breath shortening, in your shoulders shifting. The proof isn't in the stars. The proof is in your body. And this is how you'll know it's still with you. When your breath changes without warning. When your cravings flip upside down. When your spine feels like it's trying to grow taller. Or your shoulders pull themselves inward. When shadows linger in your vision. Or lights echo behind your eyelids. These are not random glitches. They're the living evidence that the portal hasn't closed. You are inside it. You are carrying it. And whether you resist it or welcome it, the black moon is writing itself into your nervous system. But here's the deeper truth. This isn't punishment. It isn't danger. It's awakening. The black moon strips away autopilot. It jolts you from unconscious rhythms. It pulls you out of the predictable, the habitual, the ordinary. That's why it feels disorienting. Because it's shaking you awake. Time bends. Breath shifts. Balance loosens, energy purges. You are being asked to notice, to pay attention, to feel your body's language in ways you never did before. It's easy to miss, easy to dismiss. Most people will, but not you, because you're sensitive enough to know the difference between coincidence and message, between randomness and pattern, between the ordinary body and the rewritten one. So the next time you sneeze uncontrollably, remember its release. The next time a chill runs down your spine, know its alignment. The next time yawns overwhelm you, realize it's a purge. The next time your head floats, accept its recalibration. And the next time shadows linger or static sparks fly, remind yourself, you're not broken. You're plugged in. You are not malfunctioning. You are integrating. The black moon didn't just pass over you. It passed into you. And that is the real mystery. Most will forget it. Most will dismiss it, but those who pay attention will know the black moon wasn't about the sky. It was about the body, not about what was seen, but about what was felt, not about a moment of darkness, but about a lifetime of subtle shifts that followed. You don't carry the memory of the black moon in your mind. You carry it in your bones, in your breath, in your nerves, in the invisible currents that keep you alive. The black moon's gift was never spectacle. It was integration. And now, every twitch, every chill, every flicker, every purge each is the echo of something cosmic still unfolding in you. So if you're watching this, pay attention. Don't brush it off. Don't laugh it away. Notice it, because noticing is the first step to awakening. You are not the same as you were before the sky went dark. You've been touched, rewritten, marked by silence. And as unsettling as it feels, that's also extraordinary. Because for the first time, you're not just looking at the cosmos. You're carrying it. You're living proof that the black moon lives inside human form. You are its echo. You are its antenna. You are its living script. The black moon didn't pass. It stayed. And it stayed in you. If you're still here, thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, if you've felt even one of these shifts in your body, know that you are not alone. Many of us are experiencing it together, even if silently. If you want to continue this journey with me, please take a moment to subscribe. It helps us reach more people who need to hear this. And if you've noticed your own black moon signs, share them in the comments. Your story may help someone else realize they're not crazy. They're simply integrating. Until next time, take care of yourself. Pay attention to your body. And remember, the black moon didn't end last night. It's still with you now.